Chlöe Swarbrick.
Ki te Premier, e tōtoko ana ia I ngā kōrero me ngā mahi katoa a tōna kāwanatanga.
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Yes.
Is it the government's growth strategy to grow the number of New Zealanders leaving this country, with 191 New Zealanders leaving every single day, and the number of young qualified people desperately struggling to find a job?
Our job in this government is to make sure that we build a place where Kiwis can work hard and get ahead, that they can live in a community where they feel safe in their homes, their businesses, their communities, their kids get a world-class education, their parents get looked after in healthcare. And I just would say to members in the Labour Party and the Green Party that if you actually, it's a bit ironic when you don't support oil and gas and fast track and construction and getting things done and built. And actually, where do Kiwis go when they go to Australia? They go work in oil and gas and mining. Get on board, support mining, end the oil and gas ban, let's get it done.
Is it good for the economy for his government to have cancelled building of 3,500 state homes, shut down school and hospital and infrastructure rebuilds, effectively freezing the infrastructure pipeline and manufacturing sectors, leading BNZ's senior economist to say, quote, "The timeline for New Zealand's long-awaited economic recovery just keeps getting pushed out further and further," end quote.
Well, what I'd say is absolutely fantastic is that we have lowered the state house social housing wait list by about 5,000 or 6,000 people, which is great. What is fantastic is that average rents, which I know that member often takes a lot of interest in, that previously went up $180 a week under the Labour Greens government, is now down $5. And importantly, we've taken 2,100 kids out of damp motel rooms and are now in homes, lovely homes and houses.
Is it good for the economy for thousands of our talented young graduates and tradies, like nurses and engineers and builders, to be heading to Australia, while his government refuses to invest adequately in crucial health and physical infrastructure, which would rapidly increase employment in this country and deliver us public services?
Sorry. Look, there are rules around questions. You can't start a question, put into a whole lot of questions suppositions that might be the member's view, but not necessarily strictly a question. So have another crack at that.
Was it good for the economy that his government chose to slash $45 million from innovation in the budget, while the co-president of the New Zealand Association of Scientists has said, quote, "We lose something like $11 from the future New Zealand economy for every dollar we cut in the science sector," end quote, a sector crucial for driving employment growth?
I'm very proud of the reforms that we have going on in the science sector. What we are doing is making sure that our R&D efforts and all our research and development happens at universities and businesses and with our institutes is actually converting and having impact. We want all research and development and activity in the science sector to convert into economic growth. We make no apologies about that. We've looked at good examples around the world where we see R&D being converted into economic growth. That's very important to us. Embrace more science, innovation, technology to grow the economy faster.
Supplementary.
The Honourable David Seymour.
Is it good for the economy that his government is progressing a gene technology bill that will bring New Zealand into the 21st century so young people in that field don't have to go offshore to pursue their passion? And would he encourage all parties to get on board with it?
I would. I think that's an issue that has been a long-standing one for a long period of time, and I think we're taking a very conservative approach to gene tech legislation, but I do acknowledge that the member, if she was really serious about climate change and solving emissions and actually being able to improve productivity in this country, you'd actually support it as a party, support the clean tech legislation.
Supplementary.
The Right Honourable Winston Peters.
Given the inherited debt crisis the government inherited, would trebling the government's debt be of any help?
Well, I thank the member for a very insightful question, which is quite true, is that somehow, miraculously, the previous government managed to triple the amount of debt from $60 billion to $180 billion. We as a government now spend almost $9 billion in interest payments on that debt. That is more money than we spend on police, corrections, justice, customs combined. Thank you, Labour. Thank you, Greens.
How many jobs has this government created with its tax cuts?
Well, as that member will be well aware, after Budget 2025, we expect the economy to grow in the order of about 2.7% on average over the next 4 years. And excitingly, there's 240,000 new jobs about to be created over that period of time too.
Is it good for the economy for thousands of our young people to be forced to spend their days applying for hundreds of jobs, receiving only 1 to 2 interviews, leading them to see our country as a place with, quote, no work, shit pay, why stay?
Very odd question.
I think, Prime Minister will resume his seat.
Sorry.
Not taking that question any further. I'm sorry, not having that. We've had far too much criticism directed my way because some other member chose to use an appropriate word, and I'm not putting up with that. Before I go any further too, I just want to make very clear to the government, I pulled up Chlöe Swarbrick for the content of one question. Standing Order 205, Speaker's Ruling 2054 makes it very clear you cannot bring other parties into the answers. And I'm going to be a lot more attuned to listening to what people are saying in that regard.